Looks like some weird schedule timing today. Okay, I don't think those guys in the nav can are gonna get back to me. Basically, I was around the area, and since I have a wacky schedule, I figured why not fly in a certain area for fun? So I submitted the request, and because it's really on short notice, it's basically, they had about, I guess, 20 hours or so. They responded pretty fast as usual with the Nav Canada, but I guess whoever was doing the approval determined for some reason I needed to contact the Vancouver Harbor for this, so they need to go through them. And just the odd thing is, they have the coordinates and so forth. It even says here from their own calculations, it's over 3.02 nautical miles from the base of the seaport, like from the radius, so to speak. I mean, it's literally like over 5.5 kilometers away from where all the seaplanes and all the ports and stuff are. I mean, the only thing I could imagine is even the point where I basically wanted to fly, it's actually not technically in like the harbor airspace, but the fact that you have to write in, for example, 0.1 or whatever, 0.2, 0.3, like really short nautical miles just for your distance, they assume, oh, I guess because of that, it touches like the harbor center, so you need to contact them. You might say that makes sense, I guess, procedural wise by the book, but I even flew in a place just around the area, which is technically within that little bubble circle too, but they basically approved it without the need of going through all this harbor center stuff. So for this, I'm only imagining the only reason why you would say that is, okay, I'm closer to the water where theoretically a plane could land there, but realistically with how far away I am, they'd have to be flying insanely low. Technically, they still have a few hours to send me the approval and everything like that, where I'd have to actually contact the tower, just like the other area that I flew before, where there I can kind of see, but not over here. When I'm that far away, there should be absolutely no manned aviation coming that low here. I don't think there is a way to do it, but it'd be so fascinating to see the perspective of, let's just say, whoever's doing the approval there and understand, okay, why do I need to contact that harbor tower over there from where I'm flying here? Look at the trees and so forth, this and that. There's no way a plane should be coming this low. I mean, it's one of those things too where I kind of feel bad like having to go through this whole process if I actually had to contact the tower and stuff over this. I guess it's one of those things too, huh? We're basically going through all this again, so hopefully people in the future don't have to go through this stuff for really basic recreational type of flying, not transporting goods or people or anything like that. Makes me wonder when they came up with this whole process and regulations, if they actually got, like, say, an average individual saying, okay, this is how it's going to be, let's kind of, I guess, pilot test it. Let's hire all these guys, go out, act as if you're a regular citizen, so to speak, and let's see if this makes sense. I thought this is kind of interesting contrasting news. This one says, tourist drone shuts Blenheim's runway for 15 minutes. A tourist using a drone to take a scenic shot of a vineyard halted operation at Blenheim's main runway for 15 minutes. The incident was one of the 8 rogue drones reported to authorities in Marlborough since the beginning of 2018. It says the tourist had sent up a drone for a photograph from a car park at a winery west of the airfield. A passerby who happened to be a pilot noticed that the drone at 200 feet, Odom said, and called the airport control tower. So it's kind of interesting there where I guess even though technically the person who was flying where he wasn't supposed to fly, it was more about someone seeing it and then saying, hey, someone's flying in the air, shut everything down, as opposed to, I guess, it being in any real danger. Whenever the tower gets a call from anyone, they halt operations for 15 minutes. In this case, we were lucky because the tower said there was no aircraft going in or out anyway. Hold'em said that the drone disruption was not an ongoing problem in Marlborough, but there was always a risk if tourists did not understand the regulations. I mean, at minimum, everyone should be aware where you're flying in general, whether or not it's restricted airspace and all that, but where's the balance, I guess, there in terms of someone just flying it and capturing a general video or picture where it's basically not harming anyone, no danger to aircraft and all that, so where's the balance there? But in contrast, it's interesting reading this story. It's related to that one where this activist group were going to use drones to purposely try and halt airport operations, I guess out of protest. But it says here, Heathrow Airport says it aims to stay open during drone disruption. Heathrow Airport said it will work to ensure it stays open and can operate safely during planned drone disruption by climate activists due to start on Friday, September 13th. A group calling itself Heathrow Pause has said its plans to disrupt the airport with toy drones from Friday, a step they hope will ground flights and put pressure on the government to take tougher steps to reduce carbon emissions. The airport said in a statement, "In order to ensure that our operation remains open and safe, we are working closely with a number of stakeholders, including the police, NATS, and CAA, to ensure that the UK's hub airport does not close." While that's clearly an example of people using the tech in a bad way, and you shouldn't do that, obviously, I think it's good that they're going on with business as usual, because the more you make a big deal about this when really there isn't much to worry about in most cases, it's kind of like, I guess, like in that case, people are going to purposely do it if they know it's going to get a reaction. So you stop doing it, stop fear-mongering and so forth, and eventually people will stop doing that. And hopefully too, less fear-mongering and stuff, the more, I guess, flexibility people will have to actually use stuff like this in a perfectly safe way. And nope, doesn't look like they got back to me in time, so I guess it's the alternative.
Get back here. Get back here.
That was kind of creepy. That's all I can say about that. Holy cow, are these squirrels the grips and stuff today?
You make lots of friends today. Alright, see you guys later.